Maybe Chromia low. Jean would really want a Jane 1. I didn't even check if there was an update before the stream. Yeah, kinda not like this. My Switch was 0% battery, so I put it in the dock in the morning, but seems like it only charges to 1%, then you need to turn it on for it to charge the rest of the way, which is dumb. At RM beyond the shin of Kana wag. My cartridge is already on 1.0.1 kinda thinking. That's Nintendo floating in space. Chromia think kinda blub. Yeah, lewd space people kinda not like this. July 2054 AD. The Earth was caught in a great battle between unknown alien forces. What's that? Chromia thing. Their weapons were terrifying and powerful beyond human reckoning. Our planet was overwhelmed, its surface reduced to ash and rubble in the blink of an eye. The coalition government knew the war was coming.
In response, they prepared the Earth Life Colonization Project, Project Exodus. Interstellar arcs were launched all across the planet, from every major city on Earth.
Dark Gaia is gonna come out of the Earth just like
Bravely,
Sonic.
we leapt from our cradle, our home for the last 4.5 billion years.
Okay.
But most of the arcs never even made it out of the atmosphere. Only a small handful managed to escape. Among them was our ship, the White Whale. After leaving Earth behind, we spent 2 years wandering in space, searching. We thought of ourselves as the lucky ones, the pioneers who would settle a new world. But our past caught up with us, literally. The alien blitz was unrelenting. If not for the efforts of a lone hero, we would never have survived. Our ship took heavy damage. We lost control. With our flight systems down, the White Whale was pulled into the gravitational field of a nearby planet. Its hull shattering and breaking to pieces as we plummeted toward the surface.
It just makes sense since the surviving humans were killed like in America.
Since then, 2 months have passed.
I wrote down some of the options I picked for my character when I last streamed it, so I don't take ages on the character creator. I didn't check which face I picked, but it doesn't matter too much, I think. Oh, they completely changed the UI of this. At RM Beyond the Shinikia Chromio Law. Kitsune form is better. At Bounty Hunter Stereo, yeah, from the last time I streamed the game. What if I don't have one Kana peak? Maybe 15 minutes Joy-Con charge isn't enough, kinda not like this. They added the last two, Mia and with her hair Chromia law. They removed some hair, maybe Chromia think. Hairstyles. Do different bases have different hairstyles, Chromia think? At Bounty Under Stereo you can get a Joy-Con grip that you can charge the Joy-Cons with a cable, but I don't have that. At Trey TGXO, nice, I recommend this game, it's good kinda peaky. Kinda hi, how are you Trey and Bascom? I'm doing okay. Oh, weird that different bases have different hairstyles. Para hairstyle. At Bascom Nasi, glad you're doing good. At Bounty Hunter Stereo, what happened? Chromia think. Yeah, they did kinda peeky. I was surprised when they announced it. And no big announcement for it too, just a random Tuesday Chromia lol. At Bounty Hunter Stereo, wow, that's so many Chromia lol. At Bascomasi I highly doubt they would, Nintendo basically never releases games on PC. The tips is a bit weird, because it's also like the color for the inside of the hair too. No, none of them are. Yeah, that is one option to play it on PC. At Rabombi teacher Kana hi all. I'm doing okay. How are you Rabombi? Kana peeking Kana wag. At Trey TGX is pretty good so far Kana peeking. It's got some at Mr. Generic name Bob. Good night, sleep well. Wow. Thanks for stopping by. Can have some silly face paint Chromio lol. It's a great game.
They staggered me! Hey! Huh! So what if you staggered me?
Success!
Huh! Oh, I'm getting...
Huh? What do you say? What do you say?
What?
Huh. Yay! We win! Let's get on with it. Yay! We win! Yay! We win! Yay! We win!
I think this is the Fiora voice. Don't 100% remember the voices from XC1. At Mr. Generic name Chromia think. Maybe something lewd.
Let's go. Let's go. Shall we? Let's go.
Yay! We win! Here goes! You're in good hands now.
To double check who Karina Reed's voice is XC1. I think Dell said one of the male voices is Shulk, I think. This is good enough. I can also change it later on if I want it.
Attention, external access confirmed. Disengaging stasis in 10 seconds. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Not really, but the armor you get does show up visually on you.
Releasing hatch. Please stand clear.
Too bright, kinda not like this.
Hey there. Looks like you're all in one piece. Careful. Just take it nice and slow, okay? Your senses will need time to
I want to
react.
go back in. Don't want to be out in the rain and too bright out here. Yeah.
Your pod is
America
the
has
only
to
one
have
around
guns
that
kinda
landed
blood.
intact. Good thing I found you. My name's Elma. You want to tell me yours? You don't even remember your own name? It must be the stasis hangover. That's not good. Just try and focus, all right?
I've used sword and dual blades before. Used sword twice, I think, and dual blades once.
Good, there we go. What else you remember? It'll come. In the meantime, I'll get you up to speed here as best I can. How are your limbs? Can you move?
No, I'm stuck here forever, kinda blep.
We'll take it easy while you shake the stasis out of your system. One step at a time, all right? First things first, you'll be needing a weapon. There you go. All right, let's get going.
Elma didn't just have 2 guns, but 3 guns, kinda blep. Kinda not like this, not again. They added achievements to this Chromia thing. Also, the target icon is new. I didn't think it's needed. Maybe Chromia low.
Most of the white whale's life pods didn't survive the crash, like this one.
They
You're
asked
one
her
of the
how many
lucky
guns she
few.
wanted and she just said yes, Chromia low.
Right. You don't even remember the white whale, do you? You know, the L002? The ship we escaped Earth on? You remember Earth, right? Planet Earth. Your homeworld. Or rather, it used to be anyway. Unfortunately, it was caught in a battle between two alien forces. And destroyed.
Also, it seems they gave me helmet armor at the start. In the Wii U version you start with no helmet.
Ring any bells? Don't feel bad. It's one memory I'd like to forget. I know. It's been following me for a while now. I didn't want to alarm you, but
Giant
we're going
bugs
to need to
kinda
defend
scary.
ourselves. You up to the task?
Time to burn this whole planet.
We're stuck on a whole different planet. No peace looking at the sky. Trouble's always all around, so we stay quick with the guns and cannons. Standing as long as we can.
They're not that big here, kinda scared.
Dealing with lives messed up.
Kinda hi, how are you, gamer? Kinda peeking.
Here goes!
Let's engage it! Lay down some fire for me!
Hold still!
Shadow strike!
Slide! Slinger! Assault hammer!
Glad you're doing good, kinda peeky.
You're not half bad.
I'm doing okay.
There's plenty of work back in the city for someone who knows how to handle a weapon, you know.
You, work.
Hey, I'm not trying to pressure you into anything, alright? It'll be your decision in the end. But anyway, we can talk more details later. For now, let's keep moving.
Oh no, kinda not like this. They changed it. You hold it now instead of mashing. That our target text is new.
So tell me, are my biceps bulging?
Also finally a Xenoblade game with a run button kind of left.
The rain's starting to let up, just in time for sunrise.
They added it in X then removed
Follow
it in
me.
2.
I promise you're gonna love this.
At Bounty Hunter Stereo Chromia Law. Playing the loop, Chromia theme.
Pretty wild, huh? They're all indigenous, as far as we can tell. We need to learn to play nice with these guys if we're going to try and coexist together.
Oh, it's a code in the keys. I haven't redeemed it, but it also says you need to make it to chapter 3 to claim it.
We call this planet Mira. You won't find it on any star chart. But it's our new home. Recognize the
Doesn't
habitat
seem the
unit?
most useful.
That's where we're
Kinda
headed.
just basic stuff you can normally get from the game.
Watch yourself. That first step's a doozy. We can jump if you like. You could handle the fall. But the indigents down there are another story. Some big, some mean, all nasty.
This one has no fall damage kinda peaky.
Given our options, the high road
Think
here
so.
would be the safer way to go. Relatively speaking. That said, whichever way you want to go, I'll follow your lead. You decide.
Oh, I think this one is new. There was only site icon before. It's not as nice to not have to mash it. Yeah, Chromia lol.
Just want to be a valued member of the team.
Oh, I'm guessing they added this so you don't have to go back to someone to talk to them to add them to your party again if you remove them. You don't need to swap party members too much, at least I didn't. Just interested in what settings they added. Oh, they added an option to change it to a no lyrics version or the original one. Since the new one is kinda different, no option to turn it off for people who would prefer that. Wonder if you can turn off just the target text. Maybe not an option. Did they remove levels for these field action things, Chromia think? Would be kinda weird if they did. Usually it'll say it's level on it.
Looks a lot bigger up close, doesn't it? And this was just the habitat unit. The white whale was one hell of a ship. Until it all came crashing down, at least. That's the west gate. It's closed off now for security reasons. But we've repurposed a freight elevator that will get us inside. Grexes. And they're riled. We can't leave them roaming here, not this close to the gate. We're gonna have to take them down. You ready?
I'm not ready, kinda scared.
Be careful!
Shadow strike! Assault!
Flame grenade!
Now, melee attacks! Yeah! Hostile neutralized. Switch to close-range combat.
Nailed it! Now melee!
My turn.
Don't feel so hot.
I should heal
Heal
up
me
first.
up! Catch me up! I have to stay in this! I just want to be a valued member of the team.
Nice. Move in and do some damage. Yeah! Shadow strike!
It's a
They
shame
didn't
we had to
stand a
settle near
chance.
so much wildlife. Luckily, some species aren't so hostile, but they aren't necessarily friendly either. I've come to learn that there's a fine line between self-defense and provoking a fight. We need to walk that line. All right, let's head in. Who knows? Maybe seeing the inside will jog your memory.
This is a nice thing to have Kana Piki. Every game with armor that changes your appearance should have this. Oh, this is different than the original game. The original game you had to equip the armor piece as a fashion piece and no one else could equip it then. That didn't last long. RIP. I have an idea. I do have two sets of Joy-Cons, so could charge one pair while using the other one Chromia think. Yeah, kinda not like this. The other pair I have has no charge too. We'll charge them for about 5 minutes. Add break while charging Chromia think Kana blep. All Kana heart. Yeah, could have done that. Didn't realize I still had the timer text in the overlay showing Kana peak. Almost done with the first tutorial section. Aw, that kinda sucks. They're in that kind of condition, kinda not like this. At RM beyond the shin of spinning spiky cat Chromia lol. Oh, wow, kinda not like this. That's pretty bad. Extreme Joy-Con drift Chromia think kinda blep. Oh, okay. Maybe could have been fakes Chromia think. Oh, they changed this, you can now see all the arts without unlocking. Just the battery is low. Elma can teleport kinda not like this. Kinda scared. She's too powerful. At Bounty Hunter Stereo, oh, maybe could have been cheaper third-party ones Chromia think. Oh, wow. Maybe it was just a bad batch then or something. Yeah.
Well, here we are. Not too shabby, huh? For a giant beached spaceship, anyway. But, like it or not, this place is our home now. We took the name from the city it was modeled after back on Earth. We call it New Los Angeles. Welcome to NLA.
And so it was that another survivor came to join our band of refugees.
She does have a nice
Together,
design.
we resolved
Yeah.
to forge a new way of life here on Mira. Come what may. New LA was our beautiful lie to ourselves.
Beans.
Truth is, we were adrift, heading into the unknown. Our native home was gone, swallowed in a shroud of light. And our future was uncertain. We had no idea what fate lay in store for us. Only that we had to keep living in order to see it.
The cameraman is OP. They would have been fine. I'm not sure if they did.
How about a quick tour of the facilities to refresh your memory?
Yeah.
Let's start with your living quarters. Follow me.
Brave citizens of New Los Angeles, good day. This is your Director General, Maurice Chausson.
Yeah. I was surprised for it to get a Switch
I once
version,
again come to you with
considering
news I am
previously it
truly
said it was
delighted
gonna
to
cost
share.
too much to port it to the Switch.
Yesterday, we repatriated 10 more White Whale crew members. These fellow pioneers will rejoin our ranks as citizens of NLA, bringing with them skills and
I don't fully know how to
that
use
will
the two
bolster our
Chromia
ability
log.
to survive and
Just
indeed
spam the
flourish
arts.
here in our new home. This, of course, is only the latest success in our continuing efforts.
Director
As
General?
part of my
Since when?
initiative For the rescue and recovery of
2 days
all
ago,
our
ma'am.
brothers and sisters. I stand here truly humbled and
From
grateful.
political aide to director general in just a few weeks. At this rate, he'll be emperor by next month.
And a better tomorrow.
Irina? Gwyn?
Nice work out there, ma'am.
I gotta call our man 2 Chromia, think. At Bounty Hunter Stereo her current eye color is nice too, Kana Peak. At Bascom Nasi wow, I've heard Overdrive can be good. At RM Beyond the Shin of Bop. At Bounty Hunter Stereo ah.
The three of us were in the Coalition forces together. Specifically, the Special Operations Heavy Armor Training Unit, aka the Skeleton Crew. I was a colonel, and Irina a lieutenant. Gwyn was a more recent recruit. Of course, I keep telling them we don't need those old ranks anymore now that we're here.
You're still colonel to me, ma'am. No reorg will ever change that. And that's not about chain of command either. It's about respect. You've earned it.
And the award for best ass kiss goes to...
Well, I'd remind you both the ma'ams aren't necessary if I thought you'd listen.
This one of the survivors, ma'am?
The survivor. I only found a single pod intact at Starfall Basin.
Wait, what? What happened to 10 more crew members?
Come on, seriously.
At Bounty Hunter Stereo,
Shosan was
that's
never
fair.
one to let the truth get in the way of a good speech. Still, every last survivor counts. You can call me Irina. I'm with the Interceptors.
Me too. Same division. You can call me Mr. Evans. Or just Gwyn.
All right, ma'am. We should be getting back to work. Until next time, Colonel.
Okay, just Gwyn Kana Blep.
Right. We should be going too. The administrative district isn't far. That's where you'll be calling home. For now, anyway. Strength comes from experience. That's true on any planet.
More cutscenes. I took like 2 steps. They're falling with style, Chromia think. Kana Bongo. Yeah, don't loot her.
Damn it!
She's underage. Make sure to not loot. She has a Monado hair clip.
Look,
It
I
is
know what
nice.
exhaust smells like, and it was exhaust in the cockpit. Just check the ductwork, would ya?
Oh,
Yeah.
I'm checking. I just seriously doubt... Hey, look at that! The intake exhaust bypass is reversed. Oh man, it's a good thing I caught that.
You caught that? You're the one who cleared me to fly!
Everything okay? It's not like you to flub a flight check, Lynn. Good thing you had a rugged pilot like Doug at the controls.
Oh, hey Elma. How'd it go out there? And would this be one of the you-know-whos? Cool. I'm Lynn Lee Koo,
mechanic, and top all-around fix-it gal for Blade.
Kinda. Think Flesh Eater, maybe Chromia, think. Don't 100%
She's 13,
remember them.
and I know, she looks young, and she is young, but trust me, she's one of our top talents.
Most of the time, that is. Most of the time.
Anyway, you guys heading back to the barracks?
13
Yeah.
and already
Why do you
working on
ask?
mechs.
As long as you're here, why don't I take you on the transport? It's a great way to see the city. I'll give you the grand tour.
That sounds like a great idea.
Alright, Doug, I think that'll be all for today. You can clean up here and dock the Skell.
What?
Don't mind the exhaust. I'll take care of it tomorrow.
Don't mind it? Wait, why am I cleaning up your mess in the first place? Lynn! Lynn!
Oh, I can kinda see that. Pat and protect the Lin Kanapiki.
Not bad, huh? You can see everything from up here.
It beats walking, that's for sure.
The best way to see NLA. I never get tired of this view. It's like
Also,
a
it's
different
lucky
city
they
every
crash
time.
landed on a planet with breathable air.
Certainly come a long way in the last few weeks. There's still so much to be done.
One day at a time.
Speaking of which, we don't really have time for a full pleasure cruise here. Why don't you give us the express tour then? Just the highlights.
Okay, you got it. New LA is divided into 4 districts. We departed from the industrial district, where Doug and I were conducting the flight test. It has food production, skill development, you know, industries and stuff.
It's also where the West Gate is located, remember? Expect to pass through there fairly often.
The game
The
does
only
have
other
some
gate out
great
of the
music.
city is in the administrative district, but I'm skipping ahead.
Next is the commercial district. Restaurants, galleries, cafes, clothing, groceries, you name it. It's a veritable shopping paradise.
The CD is the closest thing to a downtown we've got. It can actually get pretty crowded sometimes.
Well, by NLA standards anyway. Day or night, the best and only bargains on the planet. To your right, the residential district. Housing, housing, and more housing.
Sounds like a monopoly to
Plus a
make
nice
Chromia
park
and
and the
Kana
cathedral.
Blood.
If you're ever looking for quiet time alone, or want to relax and unwind with a good book, that's the spot.
Right? The park is my favorite place to just zone out and chill. And last but not least, our destination, the administrative district, the nerve center at the heart of NLA. Note the distinct dual-level structure here. The
I'm
upper
guessing
level
it's
holds our
probably the same
administrative tower,
Chromia
home
law.
to Blade HQ and the government. Not to mention Armory Alley as well as the barracks where we live. The lower level there is a hangar complex for Skell maintenance and repairs. And this concludes our tour. We will be landing shortly.
Thanks, Lynn. We'll save the rest of orientation for once we're back at the barracks.
Enjoy your stay in the administrative district, and thank you for flying Linley Airlines.
Right. Let's get you
Aw,
over to the barracks.
Oh no. Stay
Then
safe
I should
conning
file
out
my
like
report.
this.
They'll be eager to hear the details on how I found you, I'm sure.
Well then, we better not keep them waiting. The barracks are pretty close, actually. They're set up just behind the giant blade tower here. That road there wraps around the left side and leads right to it.
We'll pass through Armory Alley, but let's not get sidetracked, okay? We can check it out later.
Yes.
They 100% remove levels from these for some reason. So blade levels are a bit more useless then.
Am I right?
Hey,
I just want to be a valued member of the team.
And here we are, the Blade Barracks. Consider yourself our guest until we finish getting you registered. Feel free to come and go as you please.
I think I can answer that one. So, you must be the latest rescue.
Secretary Nagi!
Ms. Koo. Chipper as always, I see.
What can I say? Pep is my middle name.
I ran into Doug Barrett on the way here, and he didn't seem quite so upbeat. Anything about today's flight I should know?
No. Nothing to worry about.
Good. Be sure it stays that way. More importantly, Elma, you found another one. Excellent work out there.
Just doing my job, Mr. Secretary.
Now, as for officially registering our new citizen here...
Why don't we talk inside? There's a lot of ground to cover. It could take some time.
Ah yes, of course. Forgive me. You must be weary from the stasis and your journey back to us. Please, after you.
I'll put on some tea.
Allow me to formally introduce myself. My name is Kentaro Nagi. You may remember me as Captain of the White Whale, but now I serve as Secretary of Defense here for New LA. The provisional government has charged me with keeping the peace, so all military and police matters fall under my jurisdiction.
He's also my superior officer. And he'd be an excellent person to talk to when you're ready to start looking for work.
What about a job right here with Blade? She seems capable.
Let's give it a little more time. At least until she knows enough to be able to make an informed decision. She seems to be suffering from some form of memory loss.
Memory loss? From the stasis?
She could barely remember her name, and nothing at all about what happened to Earth or the White Whale.
I see. Though, come to think of it, the entire lot of us have only been on this planet for what, 2 months? It shouldn't take very long to get caught up.
My thoughts exactly.
Well then, where should we begin? It started at the end, 2 years ago. The end of Earth. The casualty of a battle between two hyper-advanced alien civilizations. Their technology and weapons were beyond our comprehension. We were like infants, naked, powerless. The Earth was reduced to ash and blown away.
I still wonder if I hadn't been there. If maybe all of this could have somehow been avoided.
No one can know that, Elma. What we do know is without you, there'd have been no Project Exodus, and no escape for any of us. Did it go perfectly? No. But we are here, and we are alive. We survived. So yes, Project Exodus. Once we learned the Earth might be threatened, we needed a plan to preserve all her various life forms. That plan was the Earth Life Colonization Project, otherwise known as Project Exodus.
Those of us who escaped on the White Whale spent over 2 years wandering in space. 2 hard years. But we clung to our mission, find a habitable planet, and settle there. We had no idea how long it would take. Or that the decision would eventually be made for us.
The xenoforms found us again, and, well, it wasn't a happy reunion. Earth wasn't enough. They wanted humanity destroyed. For better and for worse, we were close
Just
to planet
got lucky
Mira
there was
when
a
we lost
planet close
control
by
of the White
Chromie, I
Whale.
think.
Inertia and gravity took it from there.
The ship had taken way too much damage to survive entering the atmosphere intact. We had no choice. We channeled all the power we had left to soft land the habitat. Once the dust cleared, we set to work transforming it into its current state. Searching for survivors, establishing Blade, installing the provisional government. Basically, making it a sustainable city.
Blade is an acronym. Builders of a legacy after the destruction of Earth. Quite fitting, I think. It's a relatively new organization. Up there in space, we had plenty of provisions, and a crew trained to handle the limited amount of situations we might encounter in our travels. But of course, all that changed after we lost most of our ship and came crashing down here on Mira. We needed food, water, search and rescue teams, surveyors, police. The list goes on and on. It was too much for the provisional government to manage on its own, so Blade was born. The idea was to have one central organization with different disciplines to fill these various roles. Its core was pulled from the Coalition military, so it's mostly former soldiers. But fighting isn't our most important duty. Right now, we have a single top priority that supersedes all others. The search for and recovery of the Lifehold.
Take a look at this.
Glad you're doing good. I'm doing okay, Kanabongo.
The White Whale was designed to carry an exceedingly large number of passengers, all of them held in stasis. All housed in a structure called the Lifehold. This is a complete schematic of that facility. Only essential personnel were conscious and active for the journey from Earth. The flight crew, maintenance engineers. And of course, some military so we could defend ourselves if necessary. But the vast majority were in the Lifehold. Are in the Lifehold. With any luck, they're all still there, in stasis, waiting to be rescued. But there's a problem. We now know the Lifehold broke apart along with the rest of the ship when we came down on Mira. What we don't know is exactly where all the pieces landed. Not very comforting, I know. Blade's top priority now is locating the missing units.
Ah, yes. All citizens of NLA are required to register their name, age, and occupation. We also ask you report any personal assets and take a short survey regarding your current state of health. All purely as a precaution. I'm sure you understand. As the caretakers of humanity's survival, we all have certain responsibilities.
And hey, it's not all bad. Registering gets you access to all kinds of public services.
In any case, I'm sure this is all a lot to digest. You'll be wanting some time. Ms. Koo, even I'm tired of hearing myself speak. Why don't you take our guest out for some air? Perhaps a tour of the administrative district.
Yes, sir. Come on, we'll keep this briefing brief.
Another tour. Welcome back, Kanapiki. Oh, nice. Hugs.
You know,
That's a
it's
big
not every
ass
day
hot
we're
plush.
authorized to let a civilian tour the administrative district.
Yeah. Nagi must really want her to join Blade.
The AD is a bit different from the other districts. It's got everything a Blade would need, all in one place, without any extra fluff.
I did kill 3 big dogs, Chromie, I
Get
think.
a load of that scale. Even the way that they walk is so cool. Oh yeah, work it, baby.
Lynn is a bit too much into Scale's Chromia law. At Bounty Hunter Stereo, ah, nice. I don't remember, maybe around chapter 3 or 4.
Now this girl gets it! Aren't they just the coolest? Just everything about them! The lasers, the force fields, the bipedal and vehicular transformations! You ever have that dream where you're inside one and it's just transforming over and over and over? Yeah, you know what I'm talking about. Actually, I don't normally show this to people, but I've been working on some Skell fanfiction. Hold on, I'll just pull it up here 1 sec.
Lynn?
Oh, right.
See, she's
Sorry.
into them so much in his fanfiction Chromia Law.
Originally, Skells were developed as a defensive measure to counter potential alien
The
threats.
cat is cute.
It wasn't enough to save Earth, though. We were outnumbered and outgunned. Still, just look around you. New LA has gone from basically nothing to this in just 2 short months. We could never have come so far so fast without Skell technology. I'd love to get you into one to see for yourself, but it's not that simple.
Well, yeah, duh. For one thing, only Blades are allowed to pilot Skells. And even then, you need a license.
These aren't toys we're talking about. They're complex machines with powerful weapons. And they're a precious resource.
Sign me up
we
for
only
Blade
have so many of them
Kanapiki.
to go around. So yes, as you might imagine, the certification process is a fairly rigorous one.
I'm sure you're thinking, where do I sign up for the test? But it's not that simple. They choose you, not the other way around. You can't just walk in the front door and volunteer.
The poor sad cat
There
kinda
is
cried.
some criteria. The details are largely hidden, but basically, HQ only allows the cream of the crop to take the test. Blades who go above and beyond in their duties, and for the people of New LA in general.
So what do you say? If you become a Blade and
At
work
Bounty
hard,
Hunter
I'm
Stereo,
sure it'll
cute.
only be a matter of time before they tap you on the shoulder.
Speaking of work, that reminds me. Why don't we check out the mission control board first? That's where we take on our assignments.
Good call. Let's head on over. So this is mission control. We don't have a dispatch system yet, so Blades usually choose their own assignments. Everyone comes here and selects from the missions available on the board.
And it's not just official Blade tasks. Anyone with a request is free to post here. Businesses, citizens, whoever.
Yeah, it's basically how anything gets done in New LA, so the board is constantly updating. Just about every Blade will stop by here at some point in their shift.
It's like our second home. You'll always find a number of
At
Blades
RM
around
Beyond
here
the
blowing
Sin,
off
that one is
steam
so
or
weird,
browsing
kinda
mission
thinky.
control for their next assignment.
Whenever I get freed up, I'll stop here first thing to check for any missions I might be suited for.
Likewise. And if the assignment seems too tough to handle solo, that's what the Scout console is for. We should show you that next.
Hey, who's giving this tour anyway? We also have the Scout console, if the assignment seems too tough to handle solo. And Elma just said that, didn't she?
Hey!
Ta-da! The Blade Scout console. When the going gets tough, the tough go to the Scout console. You know, to get tougher.
R.I.P. Battery. Kana hi Howie, how are you? Kana peeking.
If you do end up joining us, you'll quickly realize just how important this little kiosk is. A lot of the mission control assignments are too much for any one blade to handle. They tend to call for multiple members with specialized knowledge or unique skills. This console lets you search for and recruit other blades to fill those roles for just such an occasion.
You can't spell blade without team. Sorta. Anyway, awesome, right? So, you're ready to join up?
Hang on, Lynn. Take it easy, would you?
What? I'm just saying you'd have to be some kind of an idiot not to want to join Blade. Or maybe a crazy person.
Oh, and here I thought you might be pressuring our guest.
Apology accepted. Now, how about a little shopping? And I'm not talking
I'm not
about
crazy,
the stuff over in
so
the
I'll
commercial
join
district.
Kana Bongo.
I'm talking about Armory Alley.
And I want to scale Kana Bongo.
Listen. Hey.
So this street's what we call Armory Alley.
Blades can requisition equipment from any of the vendors here.
I won't lie, most Blade members face danger on a daily basis. Having the latest gear isn't about impressing your friends. It's a matter of survival.
True enough. And that goes not only for your personal armor and weapons, what we call ground gear, but for
But
skell
that would mean
equipment
you're
as
not
well.
crazy Chromia think Kana
You can even
Blef.
buy whole skells. Can you imagine owning your own skell? Huh? Oh, right, the tour. I think all that's left is the heart of Blade itself. Blade Tower.
Hey!
Am I right?
So yeah, Blade Tower. When we come here, it's usually to stop by Blade HQ. The higher-ups, like Secretary Nagi and Commander Vandam, will spend most of their day here. The government leaders, too. They're based in the tower. Guys like our new Director General Maurice Chausson, for example.
Blades sometimes report to the leadership here after we finish key assignments. You'll want to remember this place.
And that about does it for our tour. So, what do you think? Pretty amazing setup, right? You can't wait to join Blade, right?
Okay, Lynn, seriously, that's enough. We're not here to make a sales pitch. We just want you to have all the facts so you can make an informed decision to join us, or not. Now that you've seen where and how we work, hopefully it made a good impression, but your decision
Thanks,
will
Kana
be just
Piki.
that, your
Wow,
decision.
that's pretty cheap.
In
Stay
any
safe.
case, let's head back
Thanks
to
for
the
stopping
barracks.
by Kana
Secretary
Hari.
Nagi will be waiting.
I think the original version of the game didn't have save slots. Oh, there is some kind of level thing still Chromia think. Maybe just simplified. At DS Rio 21, It's usually cheap their Chromia thing. Atera Alexstrasza Kana Hi Terra, how are you? Kana Alu Kana Hard.
Honey, we're home.
Yes, very amusing.
Who wants a fresh cup of tea?
Nice Chromia law. I'm
Thank
a fox
you, Ms.
Kana
Koo,
Blep.
but I can't stay long.
I'm doing okay.
I just wanted to pass along a request from your commanding officer.
Commander Vandam? Does it have anything to do with our new arrival?
At
Correct.
DS Rio 21.
He stopped by
okay,
while you were out on
Chromia
your
thing.
tour. He said he'll come back, but that I shouldn't wait to ask you.
Here we go. I bet I can guess.
You probably
At Bounty
can.
Hunter Stereo,
He wants to
no.
fast-track our new friend here for blade duty with a training assignment. What in the hell are we waiting for? As
At
he put
Dintru
it.
91 Kana Hi, how are
The
you?
commander
Din?
does have a way
Kana
with words.
peeking.
Makes even my pitch sound smooth.
I explained about the memory issues, but he didn't see it as a problem. And to be honest, given our current need for blade recruits, I can't say I entirely
Atera
disagree.
Alexstrasza maybe something made
Hey,
them
it's
angry
not me you
Chromia
need to
thing.
convince. Blade service is voluntary, remember?
Of course, and I would never force or
At
coerce
Dintru 91,
anyone.
glad you're doing good.
Well, friend,
I'm doing okay, Kana
what do you
Bongo.
say? Can we count on you to do your part?
Yeah, poor guy. Wonder what happens if I refuse.
Ms. Koo, how much do you know about life pods?
Life pods? You mean like from the white whale?
Yes, those life pods. Like the one Elma, a blade,
Oh,
rescued our
I think
friend
I
here
remember
from.
this.
Emphasis on the word rescued. Because if you aren't released, you just sit there frozen in stasis. Forever.
So did you have an engineering question about life pods? Or is this all part of the guilt trip?
I'm sure I have no idea what you're talking about. Now, what'll it be, friend?
At Bounty Hunter Stereo, yeah. Got the better game before GTA 6 came out, Kana Blep. Yeah, we'll save a lot of money. Oh no, Kana, not like this. Hope you can find them.
Now, you wouldn't want to refuse the people who saved your life, would you, friend?
The amount of guilt-tripping Chromia lol. At Bounty Hunter Stereo, yeah, Kana Blep.
You said no, you wouldn't refuse. That's a yes, right?
That's a trick question, Chromia lol.
You said no, you wouldn't refuse. That's a yes, right?
They're just gonna repeat this now, I guess. Wow, before GTA 6 comes out, Chromia think.
You said no, you wouldn't refuse. That's a yes, right?
Forcing me to say yes kinda not like this. Lied about not trying to force me.
I knew you'd make the right choice. Welcome to the organization. Elma, she can start on your team. You'll begin training immediately.
Yes, Mr. Secretary. With pleasure.
All right! Welcome to the Cool Kids Club!
But the horse armor could be in the base game.
Now then, let's discuss that training assignment. We've decided to start you out on a probe installation,
Yeah,
just to
kinda
get your
cry.
feet wet.
I guess we should back up a bit. Here in New LA, we're using a specialized computer system called Frontier Nav to help us deploy a sensor grid across Mira. A network of data probes that allows us to monitor conditions and collect all kinds of information about the planet.
Expanding that grid and filling in the blind spots is one of Blade's highest priorities. Here, take a look at this. What you're seeing on screen is a terrain map that includes New LA and the surrounding
kinda
landmass. As you can see, we've divided the area
Pretty
into a
cool
series
plot.
of hexagonal blocks. We call these blocks segments. Together, they form our grid. We determined this was the most efficient pattern
planet is a
given the
beehive,
limited range of
Chromia
our
thinks.
probes. Based on it, we know exactly where we need the probes to go. Now we just have to install them.
The sooner the better, as far as I'm concerned. The Frontier Nav probes can also detect the general locations of living things in the vicinity, which comes in handy if we need to track down a Blade or another citizen.
Yes, quite handy indeed. So for this first exercise, you'll be heading here, to that white segment. Go there, install the data probe, and then come back home.
Got it. East of the city.
In that case, we can take the East Gate out of the administrative district, right? We should be there in no time.
I'll leave the details on the data probe installation procedure to you, Elma.
Of course, Mr. Secretary. All right, you two, shall we?
Yeah! Training or not, let's go install the hell out of that probe!
Luigi from the Mario Brothers Chromia think. Didn't know they could program kinda blep. At Bounty Hunter Stereo oh no kinda cry. Hopefully it's quick. Other one Chromia think. Already on chapter 2 Kana Awu.
Man, am I glad we pulled an assignment to the east of the city this time. It'd be a long walk all the way back over to the West Gate.
Hold on. Are we even sure the East Gate will be open? Last I heard, it was still on lockdown from all the high-level indigent activity.
It was, but they just lowered the threat level earlier today. The gates are officially open for business. One of our teams must have gone out there and kicked some furry indigent butt, huh?
Wouldn't surprise me at all. Irina's team is one of our best.
How does she know Irina and Gwyn?
We ran into them just before we met up with you. They were on their way out to an assignment.
Well, then that settles it. It must have been them, right? Man, forget this amateur hour probe baloney. Those guys are where the action's at.
I'll try not to take
Welcome
that
back,
personally.
Kanapiki.
But enough talk. We've got our mission to deal with. Let's head out.
Roger. That probe isn't gonna install itself. Let's get to the East Gate, shall we?
Didn't miss much. A Terra Alexstrasza, wow. That's a fair amount. Wow, doing some heavy lifting for the game Kanapiki. Kana Hi Dark, how are you? Kana peeking. We'll fight soon, Kana peek. Nice, hope you're enjoying it.
Oh, they've seen us! I'll strike first. Fire! Range! I've got you covered, fire! Strike. Thanks a bunch!
Stay in this!
Flame grenade! What?
Bring it!
We can lay it!
Shadow strike!
Wild down! Assault hammer! Oh, so sorry. I've got you covered, fire!
Slide! Now, melee attacks!
I am going to destroy you! Flame grenade!
Shadow strike!
Scatter like leaves!
We got it. Let's move.
I would for everyone if I was rich.
What
Big monkey.
the hell happened here? You don't think that one Sinicula could have killed all these simius?
Unless...
Yeah, hopefully they don't
Unless-
wake up soon,
Why?
Conblep.
This is bad.
What's bad? I don't follow you.
That Sinicula. It's a tyrant.
Huh? But it looks just like any other Sinicula.
Think about it. Your typical
cooler name
Simius
for
is way
unique
higher up on the
monsters.
food chain than your typical Sinicula, right? Usually we'd find one Simius standing over 3 or 4 Sinicula corpses. But here, the tables have been turned. And I don't see a single trace of any other indigents in the area. There's only one explanation. That Sinicula is a tyrant.
The other Xenoblade games are just
Let me
called
check the
unique
Blade Report
monsters, and
database.
these are called tyrants.
If there's a
Kaneki.
tyrant this close to the city, someone must have run across it. Bingo. There was a Sinicula tyrant sighted not too long ago, but it was a couple of segments further out.
Yeah,
It could have
kinda
followed
scared.
the blade that spotted it back towards New LA, or come here to feed, or who knows what.
Time to murder
That's
them
crazy.
ourselves.
I can't believe there's a tyrant right on our doorstep, and HQ isn't doing a thing about it.
Well, don't forget why they sent us here in the first place. Frontier Nav's range is still limited.
Oh, right. They couldn't track it if there's no local probe. They must have lost it when it went off the grid. Whoa, whoa, whoa there, rookie. We're talking about a tyrant here. Do you even understand what that means?
I
I
can
should
take them
probably
on.
explain. Tyrant is our term for any indigenous life form that falls outside of our usual threat ranking system. In other words, they're too powerful for us to even measure how dangerous they would be to take on.
And too powerful doesn't always just mean physically strong. If a creature has even a single especially nasty trait, it's classified as a tyrant.
Even some of Blade's very best teams have come back with serious injuries after running into a tyrant in the field. If they come back at all.
This one seems pretty chill. They're just standing over there, a little menacingly. A Terra Alexstrasza, yeah, but the main character would somehow kill them kinda blep.
As long as you understand the risks involved. Lynn?
Count me in. The same goes for everyone in New LA, but if we're gonna settle here on this planet, we're gonna have to get used to dealing with tyrants now and then. Besides, if I need to, I can always run away while it's busy chewing on one of you guys.
Fair enough. But don't push it, okay? Either of you.
While Lynn
If we can
kinda
take
cry.
it down, great, but if not, even just luring it away would be a moral victory. As long as we buy enough time to install the probe, we can use Frontier Nav to track it, or any other tyrant that comes this close to the city from now on. Just make sure you're ready before we attack. This will be tougher than anything else we've faced.
At Bounty Hunter Stereo, wow, made them too OP. At Terra Alexstrasza, yeah, Chromia Law. Yeah, kinda blep. It's a feature then. Oh, nice, I can revert upgrades kinda bongo. At Bounty Hunter Stereo, wow, just took the boss's boat kinda blep. At Terra Alexstrasza, yeah, if it's just then fair game. At Bounty Hunter Stereo, wow, that kinda sucks kinda cry. At Terra Alexstrasza, that's kinda their fault then kinda blep. At Bounty Hunter Stereo, oh, okay Chromia think. At DS Rio 21, welcome back kinda bongo. Sorry, I was just about to end the stream. At Bounty Hunter Stereo, ah, oh no, that sucks kinda cry. At Terra Alexstrasza, wow, kinda cool and silly glitch Chromia low. Gonna end the stream here, Kana Peak. At Terra Alexstrasza, thanks, you too, Kana Heart. Thanks for watching, hope you enjoyed Kana Heart. At Terra Alexstrasza, yeah, exactly. Pretty big oversight. At Bounty Hunter Stereo, Kana Heart hugs. Bye bye, take care, Kana Heart. At DS Rio 21, it's okay, Kana Bongo. Thanks.